All right, so an update on my Mercedes 190e Evo 2 project. The car is gone. It's, well, not gone. It's just at Jeffrey Kennedy's shop, JK Fabrication, having some work done on it. He is cutting and welding kind of for the next phases, which is hopefully seeing an engine in it, which could be interesting. But here, replaced where it was in the garage, is an Evo II Body Kit by UMB in Thailand. I shared some of this with you guys, and requests were just details on the kit itself, fitment, which haven't tested that yet, but just price, process, experience with UMB, and then kind of just overall thoughts on the kit. So I'll go through all that with you guys, give you some details on the kit, why I chose UMB, and just overall experience. Now, big one's probably price. As far as price, it's going to vary. He prices 133 Thai for the fiberglass kit, which that's what this is. You can get it in carbon fiber. It's not astronomically more, but there's a bit more to get it in carbon fiber. But 133 Thai, it's going to depend on where you are. Exchange rates. And then there's shipping on top of that. This thing comes in a large box. It's freight shipped. Took about 30 days for it to cross the ocean on a ship to get here, but it's worth the wait. Was packaged extremely well. Each piece was individually bubble wrapped and then kind of marked how many pieces should be in kind of each package. So I had a good sense that there's some good QC on there. They're not just thrown in a box and hoping for the best. Reason I chose UMB, one major reason, he did the body kit on the Lotus. You can see wider fenders there, which fit exceptionally well. There are some variants in the front bumper and where the lights are placed on the Lotus in Europe and Thailand versus in America. So had a little modification for that, but other than that, solid. So that was the main reason I went with UMB, and also just dealing with him. You're dealing with the guy who's making the kit, who's doing the work. He knows what's going into it, and he gets a little familiar with what you're doing on your project. So, one of the things that really kind of stood out with me on UMB was, I kind of asked for. And I'll show you some close-ups on it in a bit, but asked for 2 tailpipes when he was putting the kit together, and single X exhaust on the Evo. He took the time to kind of just ask why, learn a bit more, and even actually modified that rear bumper so it would have 2 exhaust exits on there, and quality on it's flawless. You can't even tell that he modified it after the fact. So that's the sort of thing I like. Somebody who's kind of engaged in what I'm actually doing and not just going onto a website, clicking buy, and hoping for the product to show up correctly. So yeah, really outstanding process with working with UMB. You're getting a made-to-order kit here, so it's not something that's going to be fast and overnight, which I'm completely okay with that for the quality of work that he's given. So I'll give a little more detail on each piece. Well, not each piece. There's quite a few pieces here, but I'll give some close-ups on the pieces and just a little detail on each. But yeah, really pleased with it so far and looking forward to test fitting this on the actual car in the coming weeks. One thing that I think really makes the UMB kit stand out beyond the cheap kits. I know there's some other kits that offer this, but you get a full front fender on this. It's not just a fender flare that sits over the front wheel arch. You're replacing the whole thing. Nice, sturdy, thick fiberglass, well made. So you can see the quality. It's well put together. It has the opening for the Evo II badge back here if you choose to do that. But basically you need to drill the holes out for it. But that's going to go right into the where the original fender would have gone. So it makes it look like a complete car instead of just a front fender flare that's bolted on, so it's going to sit better with the body line. So excited to see how this actually fits. But really just at a glance and kind of comparing it, I do have the fenders here, comparing it next to the original fender, it seems like it should be solid. So one thing I do really like about the kit is the front fenders. So get a good look both sides there. Definitely was a huge selling point on it. I think there's some other options out there, but some of the cheaper ones, like things like Duraflex, he would make one of these, but price is low, so it's the quality. So, right, here's the rear wing for the Evo II Body Kit from UMB. As you can see, it's got the adjustments on the back here. So I think it's a 4mm Allen. You can raise and lower this gurney flap to just add a little more aero to it. Also, trunk spoiler here, same setup. It's got a couple of screws to adjust the angle of the trunk spoiler. Again, solid pieces. They're thick. They don't feel flimsy at all. Should bolt right onto the car. Has studs in it already provided, built into the fiberglass. So it's gonna be a case of drilling and fitting it on there. But yeah, I really like the fact that the rear gurney flap on this is adjustable. Makes it just feel more complete, not just a thrown together, popped out of the mold and call it done sort of kit. Just really kind of a quality piece overall. But yeah, really excited to see this one on the car. I think that's kind of for the Evo II kit, the front wide fenders and the big wing are kind of the meat and potatoes of it, but really well made. All right, so the rear fender arches. Now these don't have any sort of bolting provisions on them already from UMB, but should be pretty simple to mount onto the car. And again, haven't test fit them or anything, but can imagine easily just putting some studs in there, and or they might have some space to bolt on to the back bumper too. He's offered to give any sort of insight or advice, guidance on how to mount the kit properly, so not really worried about how to make it adhere correctly. But that's the rear fender pieces right there. Two pieces that separates at the door, and goes over the entire wheel arch from the rocker panel all the way back to the bumper, and then continues on to the back of the car that way. But here's the rear window cover. I think it's cool that this piece is included. I don't know if all the kits include it, but it's not really aero or anything like that. If you know the history of the car, it was just added to meet regulations. So the window wasn't covered by the large spoiler on the Evo II. It's just covered by a window cover instead, but got around the rules. So cool to have it on the car, as it is part of the original look of the Evo II. So it's one, no mounting provisions on it, but I'm sure some sort of window weld or whatnot, attach it that way on the edges, or once I've got it on the car, take a look and see how it can be done. But again, I don't have the car here to kind of test fit or see how any of this stuff could or would mount. And UMB's offered to give any sort of guidance on what I need to do to make it all fit properly. So here are the rocker panels, or the side skirts. So these don't have mounting provisions, but they are molded. When you look, you can see they're molded to have marks placed where the original screws would have gone. So it's just drill a hole and mount them that way. They do have the provisions for the jack points, and they did come with covers for those. So if you need to use jack the car using the original jack points, those are there still. I've just been lifting it from below, so not necessary, but it's cool that it is included and kind of stuck to how the car should have been with the original Evo II setup. And they seem to fit well with the front fenders. Front fenders are going to butt up against these, so it seems to match up quite well. But not having it on the car, not a perfect test fit, but it seems like it should be pretty good. Here's the front bumper for the Evo II Body Kit from UMB. This is sitting on top of the front splitter, front lip. It's not really a full splitter. Definitely sticks out far enough to create some downforce, but does not go underneath the car, underneath the engine at all. So, this thing's just quality all around. It's a good thick splitter. So, obviously want to avoid, hitting any bumps and scrapes on that. But I think it looks like it's something could take some road debris and not just shatter. Detail on this is nice. These mid supports in front of where the radiator would go. Just nicely cast or formed in fiberglass. Just quality all around. Has some nice vents, just like the Evo II would or should. Not sure I'm going to utilize those. Brake ducts or some sort of intake if I can make it work that way. And this comes with provisions for mounting. Has the holes and a support on the back, so it should just bolt on to the original car as the original bumper did. Yeah, good looking front bumper. I'm really happy with the quality of that. All right, here's the last piece of the body kit: the rear bumper and the two exhaust pipes that I ordered through UMB. So normally I don't think the exhaust pipes are included, but he was actually advertising them on his page. So this kind of story was given earlier about why I really like working with UMB. Just from dealing with the custom stuff on the Lotus, start to finish, it was just a good process. He wanted my input. He wasn't just trying to slap it together and send it to me. And then with this kit, when I had ordered two exhaust pipes from him, he didn't just chalk it up as two sales and send them. He took the time to ask, get clarification and all that good stuff. And then he ended up actually molding this rear bumper after it was made to take the second exhaust pipe in there. So these are exhaust pipes modeled after the original Evo II. Obviously just had one exit originally, but doing something a little different, so wanted twin exit exhaust. So he took the time to add the second exit in there, and as you can see, it's quite well done. Can't really see any sort of marks on the fiberglass as to where he had to make the changes. So just exceptional work, and then just the fact that he took the time to just understand what I was looking to get done, and offered to even make the changes so I could really kind of have the kit, the way that I envisioned it. So awesome kit all around. Again, this is set with provisions to mount to the rear bumper. Just some sturdy fiberglass on the back where it would mount onto the car. So, but yeah, that's all the pieces of the UMB body kit. And I hope this was helpful information. So that's the kind of the details on the UMB body kit. Hope this was helpful for anybody who's looking at buying the kit or on the fence. Really just a great quality kit. Hopefully in a month or so I should have the more updates on the car and kind of what's going on with the actual build itself. So if you're interested, stick around for that. But yeah, hope this is helpful. Bye.